So this is the new CAMPARK V30 4K action camera. And before we get started with any of the specs and talk about the camera, I want to thank CAMPARK for sending me this action camera out. I've really enjoyed playing with this action camera since I got it. And this is a really good action camera, great budget friendly action camera as well. So this action camera is really good. But one of the things this action camera kind of reminds me of, the Casio V50X. From the way the action camera starts up, to the way certain images look when you go back and post it and you start looking at them, it really reminds me of the Casio V50X. So today we're going to talk a little bit about this action camera, but in my next video, we're going to be comparing the two to see there's a lot of differences between the two. So now let's look at what comes into the box. So right out of the box, you have a whole bunch of accessories like you would in your Casio brand, including 2 batteries for your camera. Now on the front of the camera, you have your lens, and you also have your power mode button. On the side of the camera, you have your up and down and your speaker. Of course, you have your 2-inch LCD screen, which is touchscreen. And on the side, you have your HDMI, USB, and a spot for your SD card. On the top, you have your mode button, and of course, another speaker. Directly at the bottom, you have a spot for your battery and your quarter 20 for your tripod. Now, the action camera feels really good in your hand. It's made of plastic, so don't let that disturb you. It really feels really good in your hand. Just like the Casio V50X, got those curved edges that I like. Again, it feels really good in your hand. Now the LCD screen on the back, when you turn it on, is real bright and it's very good. The touch screen is very awesome. You will love that. As you can see, I move my hand up and down and the screen moves exactly the way my fingers move on the screen. So it's very responsive, very, very good, just like the Casio V50X. Now, one of the things I really like about this action camera is that it shoots real 4K. So no doubling the frames or none of that. It's real 4K. Now the action camera is waterproof inside of the casing, as you can see. Make sure you have the case on it. It is waterproof. As you can see, I have it dumped in some water right now. But again, it's waterproof inside the waterproof casing. Now this is an internal audio test from inside the house. Audio test 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is an outdoor test. We're outside of my office near the interstate. Audio test 1, 2, 3, 4. This is from behind the camera, which I think always sounds better. Audio test 1, 2, 3, 4. Now as the sun settles in my office, you can see the action camera does pretty good in semi-low light. So it's not completely dark, but you can still tell what's going on in the depth of field looks really good. Now, when it comes down to night, to me, it still does good, not its best, but you know, it's an action camera, small sensor. This is what you get. So the CAMPARK 430 also supports an external microphone, just like the Casio V50X. But unlike the Casio V50X, the CAMPARK 430 supports any microphone that'll connect through USB. This is a great action camera, just like the Casio V50X, if you plan on vlogging. Right now, I'm recording this portion of the video using my Casio V50X external microphone. I think this is a really good action camera for you guys. Now this is a slow-mo shot at 1080p at 90 frames per second. Not the slowest of all, but it does a really good job detailing this. You can shoot slow-mo with this particular action camera, just like you can with the Casio V50X. Now here we are at the park and we're recording this in 4K at 30 frames per second. The 4K on this action camera, as I stated before, it shoots real 4K, and the depth of field, as you're gonna get ready to tell, is really good. You can see all what's going on. It's all natural colors. There's no bouncing around or anything like that. The 4K is really, really good on this action camera. Now this is shot in 2.7 and 60 frames per second. Again, it's not the best 2.7K I've seen. However, it does a really good job at keeping the images and keeping the colors graded pretty good. However, it still does really good in the shadow depth of field. Again, it's really awesome. Now this is shot at 1080p at 60 frames per second. 1080p on this action camera looks amazing. I really love the 1080p at 60 frames per second on this action camera. The colors look amazing. I really believe this camera would love to shoot in either 4K or 1080p. And as I can tell you, as you can see right now, the colors on it looks amazing. I mean, it looks really good. Again, this camera tends to struggle in low light. So as I turn around and it gets kind of dark, you can see, you can almost barely see my face. However, again, that's what you get when you have a small sensor. Now this is some pictures that I've taken with the camera. Pictures look amazing. All these pictures shot in 20 megapixels and 12 megapixel. Pictures on this camera looks amazing as well. So guys, what's my final verdict? I really like this action camera. I mean, this action camera is great. I've been playing with it, and you guys know I love my Castle V50X. If you have not paid attention to my channel, you know I love that Castle V50X. By far, I think it is one of the best budget-friendly action cameras out on the market. And when I mean budget, the Yi 4K Plus, the Yi 4K Lite, those action cameras are great budget friendly action cameras as well, but those range from anywhere from $150 on up to $300. I'm talking about that under $100 price range. Now this camera actually retails originally for $129. However, there is selling right now for $99. Under that $100 price range, even under the $130 price range, you would not go wrong with this CAMPARK 430. Matter of fact, you wouldn't even go wrong with the Castle V50X. But this action camera, when it comes down to the audio portion of it, just the internal audio sounds a little bit better than the Castle V50X. And the fact that you can use any microphone of your choosing, as long as it connects to USB with this action camera. I mean, those are two things that you cannot get with the Castle V50X. And you know I like my Castle V50X. I think a Castle stabilization is a little bit better. We're going to do a comparison between the two in my next video. But if you're still on the defense and you don't want to buy the Castle because you don't like the internal audio, go get this one. Trust me. Go get this one. CAMPARK V30. And again, I want to thank CAMPARK for sending me this. I was skeptical because I've seen some reviews on CAMPARK and I didn't like it. And I told them, I don't think this would be a great action camera for me to review. But they asked me to try this one out. And I am blown away at this camera. I mean, my mind is blown. So, and I think going into 2020, there's going to be a very big fight between the budget action cameras because GoPro has a market of its own. Those bigger high dollar action cameras, they're in the world of their own. And most people don't want to spend the money on those particular GoPros. However, that most people are looking for something budget friendly and that's under $150, and you can get a really good action camera like this one. You can get the Castle V50X, even the Castle V50 Elite, the Castle V50 Pro. But I do think this right here, this CAMPARK V30, is right there with the Castle V50X. And in some cases, excels higher than the Castle V50X. Once again, I love that Castle V50X. Still use it to this day. But I do think that if you're on the defense and you really are trying to find a reason to look in a different direction, but stay in that same ballpark, as of today, this is on Amazon for $99. Go get it. You can stop the video right now. Go get it. You would not be disappointed. Would not be disappointed. You can even get the Castle V50X microphone, or you can go buy a budget $5 microphone, as long as they connect to USB. Not saying they're gonna sound as good as their Castle V50X external microphone, but it will work with this one. And you're not gonna get that with their Castle brand. Castle says that their own microphone only work with the camera, so you can't go out there and buy a external microphone from wherever and plug it in with their Castle V50X. You can't do that. And I haven't seen anybody to prove me wrong, and I tried it, that didn't work. But go get this action camera, $99. Go get it. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about it. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I really like this action camera. And in some cases, I think I like a little bit more than that Castle V50X. But I do think this action camera is one of the best budget-friendly action cameras you're going to see in 2020. All right, guys, I rambled on long enough. And if you're still with me this far, I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell for notification. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. I really do appreciate it, guys. And I really want to thank CAMPARK again for letting me test this action camera. And again, guys, we will see you in the next video. Y'all have a nice night. Peace.